Hello, and many thanks for looking back at the channel. And if you're new to the channel, if you look at the list of videos that have been uploaded, you'll see that mainly I've been building and running vintage items on a Triang Super 4 base layout. But recently, every now and then, I've been running a train set from the collection. So just taking the train sets out, using the track provided and having fun with the items just as you would if you'd have got them as a present or received them years ago. Now today it's the turn of this R.690, Hornby R.690, the London Transport Goods Set, and I'm really excited about unpackaging this. Even though the box has seen better days, the contents look really excellent, so we're going to go through those in a bit. And I've just looked out this separate London Transport pannier. That's Hornby R.690. I did run this on the main layout quite some time ago, so you might have seen this logo before on my channel. Now, what about a controller for this set? Well, here's something completely different. Let me just see if I can give you a shot of the label. It's a Playcraft unit, probably from the late 1960s. Seen a bit of action. There's some soldering iron burns on the control knob. But I've checked it out. It's perfectly sound, so I think it's going to be quite a nice controller to use with this 1978 Hornby train set. Now, as is becoming customary when we get to the point that the selections from last time have both been run, we need to choose a new set for the future. So I've been up and got a couple of items out of the storeroom, and here's the first one, representing Triang. Just moving away from 00 gauge for a little while. Here's a TT set. Great picture on the front there of some family members. Look at that, what an excellent layout. The TT buildings are particularly beautiful. So I'm lifting the lid and I'm going to show you what's in this box. So as you can see, we've got a nice selection of TT track, rather reminiscent of Super 4 with the half sleeper ends. This is the second iteration of TT track, the first being rather like Triang's standard 00 track with a sort of brown all-in-one sleeper base, but this is a very attractive type of track. There's a power clip and what looks like, I don't know whether I can get it out, let's see if I can ease this out, what looks like a unused bottle, just move that pencil to the side, unused bottle of Triang oil. Look at that, Triang oil, specially recommended for Triang trains by Shell, and it's got that really nice sealed top, bit reminiscent of a American bourbon. So a lovely item, it feels really nice in the hand, heavy glass, and there's liquid in there, but I don't think I'll be opening that one. So we've got some really nice West Country rolling stock, some coaches there, and the motive power in this set is a Windsor Castle. Great looking loco, might never have been run, still got this label on it, avoid over oiling. I think the same thing could apply if you were enjoying some Maker's Mark as well. Right, so that's the first set. Let's move that out of the way because the second item I think is a little bit special. This is, we're just going back to Meccano here, Hornby 00. Now this is the first of a few Hornby 002 rail sets I want to show you over the next few months. Set 2022, the Caledonian, and look at this powerful city of London there, and some excellent other locomotives. Looks like a Bobo, and then could be, I don't know, Duchess of Montrose or some other locomotive, all looking ready to get to work. So I'm lifting the lid carefully because the box is in really nice condition, I don't want to damage it. So this is like a time warp really. Look, we've got a guarantee slip, beautiful crisp paperwork. Let me see if I can bring that into view. Probably out of date now, so I don't think I'll be returning any faulty items to Bins Road, but lovely. This paperwork's just great, isn't it? All the things you would have got in the set. Let's look at this. What's this? Meccano magazine, best for all boys. Well, I think best for all people, really, regardless of gender. What a great little pamphlet there in order form. And let's have a look. This is another item. This we can look in these into these a little more deeply when we get to actually looking at the set, but there is some instructions too. So what's inside this set? Well, we've got the really nice nickel type Hornby 002 rail track, lovely fine track, really nicely detailed, thin sleeper base, not quite as robust as Super 4 of course. And what looks like the remnants of a rubber band. I don't know whether you can see that, so looking in the base there I can see more what looks like red rubber band down there and also on there. So I think this set is more or less untouched. There's a couple of other items. There's what looks like some sort of lubricant. I can't quite reach that out. I'll just reach for my pencil again. It looks like the little box spanner like we saw in the... Well, that's well and truly wedged. Let me just see if I can ease it out. There's a little bit of rust in the box there. Just drop down the box spanner for taking the body shell off the loco. And what's this in this packet? Let's just bring this into view. Hornby 00 headboard for locomotive. Yes, look at that. And that's the Caledonian. Beautiful item. Something else down there in polythene. Just keep that safe. So we've got two LMS type coaches with the Caledonian marked on them, London to Glasgow. And then I guess the main item of interest is this really lovely looking loco. Let's see if I can angle that towards the camera. City of London. Now look at this. The decal or transfer or whatever it is wasn't quite put on level on that tender. You'd expect a bit more accuracy for that, considering how much this probably costs, and it's still got its label on. Look, tested. I think that's well, lucky for some 13. Well, we'll see how lucky we are when we come to recommission it, but what an excellent looking two rail set that is. So I'll just pan back and give you another look. So I'll enjoy reading in the comments what you'd like to see run first. Don't worry if yours isn't chosen, because we always run both of them eventually, but it's nice to get an idea of what people would like to see first up next time we run a train set. So I'm just going to put the paperwork back in, put the cover back on. Set 2022, the Caledonian, or this great looking Triang TT offering. I'm going to enjoy getting both of these running, whatever, but it'd be interesting to know which one you like the look of the most. Right, well, let's move back. It's time to unbox this and see exactly what Hornby were giving us for our money in 1978. Okay, well, I've slipped the inner section of the box out, and there's lots to look at included with this, so I'm just holding the camera. I'm sorry if there's the odd shake. First thing is, look at this. This must have been included. It says special half price power unit with this set, only £3, separately full retail £6. Interesting. So obviously an enticement to get yourself a controller. Now the set does include a tunnel, which is a card tunnel. Now this has never been touched, so I'm going to leave it as is. There's a nice photographic piece of card there to represent some greenery, and then the two tunnel ends still as they were originally, so quite a nice thing to have in that condition. Some paperwork, and looking at the date, if you can see that, it looks like it says R.690, 12th of the 12th, 1977, so nearly in 1978. So there's train set operating instructions, locomotive operation and maintenance, excellent items. And then there was this, a 1978 catalogue. So I'm just going to show you briefly. I have put the price list in the right position if I can get to it, so I'm not going to press down on this too much because it's quite fragile, but there we have it. London Transport Goods Set. I'll pan back a bit, you can see the items there, nicely laid out, and a young person enjoying the train set. And if I look at the price list, and where it says freight sets, it's down here, isn't it? London Transport Goods Set, and this is a price list 1st of January 1978, and that says £19.75. So really good to have this paperwork along with the set. I'm just going to move that to the side and we'll take a quick look inside the polystyrene. Just excuse me while I grab this. I don't want to damage it really. So there's the odd rubber bands still. They've perished just like we saw in the Hornby 00 set earlier, but it looks like the rubber bands are more or less still around the track, so I do think it's possibly unrun. There's part of the box been tucked inside, and some really nice, well, they look like private owners' wagons. So we've got a Pleen Colliery Company Limited, that's nice. Norstand, that's quite a popular Hornby wagon. Bestwood, a Texaco tank, and look at that, a pork. I'll just see if I can reach this out. I can't quite. Let's look at that, prime pork, I think. I hope you can see that. These have all got silver seal type wheels, so I bet they're going to run really well. And then in here, I just find difficult to get my chubby fingers in the recesses. There's an uncoupling ramp with a marker and a bright red, and am I going to be able to reach this out? It's a bright red power clip. Now it's gone a bit curly, but I'm sure that's going to be okay. And then of course we've got that lovely locomotive. Right, well, I'm going to pause again, get the track set up, and really I'm looking forward to getting this running because it's a great combination of wagons, slightly more modern track than I'm used to, so I'm expecting some quite smooth running from this set. So I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, well, this is where the actual set can really be enjoyed as it's supposed to be. I've got the track down, got the accessories, or the accessory really, the uncoupling ramp in at the back, bright red power clip there, went in eventually, so connected to the Playcraft controller. Now there's just one thing I'm going to try and show you, I don't know whether I can, but we are using the original track from the set. It's Austrian System 6 type track, and there's a lot of plating gone missing during storage. Now I think it's just a time thing. I'm not really spending a lot of time trying to clean it. I don't want to take all the surface off. Hopefully it won't affect the running. But anyway, let's get over to the old switch, fire some power into the controller, and a great mains hum coming from that unit now. As I said before, this isn't infinitely variable. I've only got presets to choose from, so let's see what happens with this pannier. Right, well, a nice slow crawl on the first click. One more. Alright. Power available. So let's just stop. Move it to reverse. So I'm going to just click around 1, 2. So I think it's time to get these wagons coupled to the little red pannier. So will it edge up to them on the slowest click. Seems to have. I'll just have a quick look. I think the coupling, I think they've both dropped down. A couple of the couplings are a bit stiff in this set, so away we go. Well, I'll step back a minute so I can hopefully give you some views of the entire set going around. And the first thing I notice is, compared with the sets I've run recently, this is quite quiet. Very smooth on this System 6 track. As time advances, so do model railways, so it's pretty obvious that we've got far smoother running now than back in the 1960s. I think I'll try and reduce the speed. I seem to have lost the wagon there. Why not just leave it? So, look at me. All sorts of interesting mistakes happening with the uncoupling ramp. So let's get that prime port wagon back where it belongs. I think, as I said, some of the couplings are sticking. This uncoupling ramp does have quite a strong spring in it, so it seems to me that it's uncoupling really when it shouldn't. Now I can see that hasn't coupled up correctly. Maybe that's better. And away we go. Okay, time for a bit more speed. The XO3 motor in the pannier really sounds good. Right, I'm slowing this down now. And I wonder whether I can get a whole circuit at the slowest speed. I'm just going to go over the uncoupling ramp and then slow it right down. No, I've lost that port wagon again. I might just turn that around, see whether the coupling on the other end is better behaved. Let's see whether I can reverse up to that. So, can I crawl round at the slowest speed? Well, it might give me an opportunity to show you the items close up. Hornby nearly at the end of their usage of the XO3, XO4 type motor. Immense number must have been produced since the 1950s in its various different forms, but a great model locomotive motor, one of my favourites. Right, what's going to happen over this ramp at this speed? Will we lose any? No, going to make it round again. There's just so much fun to be had with these old vintage train sets. I think I'll probably have a few more minutes playing with this. I'm going to leave it set up for a while, and next time I'm at the Super 4 main railway I'll be running this around the main lines. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this set. Surprisingly excellent runner, actually. Let's try it in reverse. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to stall at any minute, but we'll keep filming and see what happens. Well, I've had great fun getting this out, looking at all the pieces in the box. Quite excited about getting the next two sets up and running, and I look forward to reading what you have to say about them. So shall we be running the Hornby 00 City of London, or that TT? Now that's just stopped, and I think it's stopped nearly where the plating's very badly worn. I'm going to put one more click of power in. That's overcome whatever was holding it up. So I think we're coming to the end of this train set video. So I'll leave you with a few shots of the London Transport pannier from this Hornby Railways R.690 London Transport goods set. And until the next video, I will say goodbye.